Well, that was a pain. A few minutes late. I need to figure this out exactly. And that light right there is super bright. I had somebody send a message and I was like, hey, post the question. But yeah, I got to figure out how to pop on this. It was weird. You can, while on this, I'm going to start using the discussion in the app more. So you can go into the discussion area and, or I should say it's actually the community area, and ask questions in there. I have to figure out the chat. If anybody knows where that is, shoot me a message. Again, these are like playing around. So I'll answer any questions, sit on for a little bit. Probably going to do this every single day for a little bit. We have a lot of members and I want to get people acclimated to being able to come on here and then post it out on the site. I just don't know where the chat is, if there is a chat. But I want to go over one of the things I've actually been working on, because I get people who ask, like, I don't have time to do all the work, whether it's in a program or, may have 3 or 4 parts. I think a lot of people will overthink that. Truth is, to me, our goal in life is to raise our standard. And when I was competing, and still to this day, I used to go into the gym with like, okay, I have this amount of time. Here's the one thing I would like to do today, knowing that most likely I'm going to do more. But as long as I do that one thing, it's a win. Whereas I think most people go into the gym with a laundry list. And if they don't get the list done, they feel like they failed. So my goal is never zero, which means this. Never zero means zero is the worst thing that could ever happen, right? I do nothing. I do nothing towards my life. I do nothing in my fitness. I do nothing in my health. I do nothing with friends, family, for myself. Zero. And we have those days. What I try to do is say, never zero means my worst days are what? If it's, I need to move every single day, I'll do a burpee. It's better than zero. I'll make a phone call. It's better than zero. I'll do something that moves the needle the direction I want to go. Never zero. And then my goal is to say, that is now my worst day. My worst day is 1 burpee. And then it might transition into 2 burpees. Now, you could say, well, I need a rest day. Cool, take a rest day. But when you're on days where you're like, I have a standard and I'm going to meet the standard. Well, you have a low and you have a high. Our goal is to make the low increase and the high increase. So we're constantly making our worst days disappear, which would be zero. And we're making our best days, which were old PRs, old things that we've accomplished. We're going to raise that. And we're going to raise the bottom so that our worst days become non-existent and our old best days become normal. That's what we want to do. And we can do that through fitness. We can do that through our health. We can do that in our lives. That is my goal. So when looking at training, it is more so not about how do I follow this made up blueprint by a person like me. It's more about how can I see somebody just sent a message. How can let's see here. And actually, I have to go on this. I'll have to share the screen eventually. Made for kids. Chat will not appear. Not for kids. That's my issue. So I have this for kids. So I have to change that to not for kids. Thank you. Let's see if I can do that while I'm in chat, which I honestly don't think that I can, but that is good to know. That'd be interesting if you could just like change that. Maybe you can. Not for kids. Just did it. Okay. There's a chat. Interesting. Okay, cool. Chat is disabled in your live stream. Okay. But I've got it. Just chatting, customization. Let's see if we're just learning together. Altered content. It's got to be weird. So I'm going to be posting all of this stuff, and I lost what I was thinking when I was chatting, but need to do this. Comments on who can comment, anyone. Okay. Don't see how to enable the chat. Yeah. I'm guessing it's because I didn't have the chat up. So when I click, it'll change. But big thing, simplifying how we think about fitness and how we get better. Because a lot of times people will use, I don't know if it's an excuse, but I think a lot of people use it as an excuse. Like, I don't have time. And I think you definitely have time. You just don't have the time you think you need. And I think the second thing is people will say like, oh, this isn't necessarily for me. And the biggest thing is you're walking into my world. Like, my world is not the same as yours. And I'm not saying that it's better. I'm not saying that it's worse. I'm not saying anything other than it's mine. It's helped me do this. It's helped me help a lot of people change. And in order to truly change, if that's why you're coming in, or to grow, there's a level of, oh, this isn't what I expected, or oh, this is different than what I thought. And that's what we're trying to do. Trying to get better, and getting better is adjusting, changing, finding what works, learning. And I want this to turn into a place where we can learn together, where there can be more. And obviously, I'm going to get this chat set up. If you do have a question, just shoot me a message inside the app. Because again, I think as we get going, there's going to be a lot more people that are going to be popping on here. But this is fun. So Andre helping me out. Appreciate that. So again, I'm going to come on tomorrow. Depending on, I don't really have anything. I know Joe had messaged me and said he had some questions and he'd hop on the live to ask. But again, I don't have this up, this chat, which I'm pointing over here, but it's actually over there. Wow, that's that reversed camera. Let's see. Go to YouTube Studio, open YouTube, click camera icon. Dude, Andre, you're on it. I love it. I can't go into YouTube Studio though while I'm on here, because this is YouTube Studio. At least I don't. Yeah, because it has my stream. You can't access features. It says cannot access these features. And I'm assuming it's because I'm on the call. So we're going to have to do this tomorrow and verify all that stuff. But I appreciate, because now we can have a chat. That'd be awesome. Okay, cool. Well, thank you. Let's keep doing this. Oh yeah, I needed like an outro. Never zero.